Today we're going to talk about detachment and why this is so absolutely important. There's so many videos about this, but today I decided to bring my own vision of it because I used to be someone that had an anxious attachment style and I just needed that person in my life no matter what. And I've broken free and I no longer think that way, and I understand why. So today I'm going to tell you why. First of all, when we are extremely attached to someone, there's lots of fantasies that are going on in our brain, right? We have a lot of projection, and the projection comes from our own light. So instead of seeing your own light, you are seeing that person's light and you're thinking, oh my God, he's so amazing. Oh, he's so good with his communication. And in fact, he hasn't said a thing. Or sometimes that person is actually good, but then you emphasize their characteristics, thinking that maybe they are better than they actually are. We do that, okay? But why does that happen? I am a neuroscientist, so I'm going to talk about a more psychological point of view. One of the reasons why this happens is because we are not in ourselves. And what does that mean? That means that we don't really know who we are. We don't know. We're just so lost. There's so many options. There's so many things to learn, to do, to feel, to think, that when it comes to us being in ourselves, we just feel kind of empty. And then someone comes and it seems like they are in themselves. So what that person is showing us is actually a need that we have, that need to be within ourselves. What happened to me once is that I was really attached to this person because I felt like he had his life together. He was organized, he had his car, he had his apartment, he was working for a nice company, he had money, he could make decisions that I still couldn't because, well, we had some years apart and I was building my life. So what happened for me is I just felt like that person had the answers for all of my problems. But when I hear that and when you hear that, you know that that's not true. So when you think about your own life, I want you to understand that it's also not true for you. And here I'm talking about detachment from people, right? From a romantic relationship. But it's also very important for us to detach from outcomes and detach from all of the anxiety that comes with life. And I know it's hard because we're all a little bit attached, and that's where expectation comes from, right? We have the expectation that something's going to happen. Therefore, we're kind of attached to that outcome. But when it comes to people, what we're seeing in somebody else that we are attached to is just this, a mirage of what we could be, and we aren't yet. You can use that person as your guidance. What is it that they have that I wish I had too? Okay, because that's usually what makes us feel attached. It's different than falling in love. When we fall in love, we recognize these things and then we know we lack them or that we have some of it in us. But it's a very different feeling. Right now, what I'm talking about is that attachment. It's like, I need you, I want you, no matter what. This no matter what is completely unhealthy, and that comes from us not being in ourselves. We need to get a life. We need to understand that we cannot give anybody else that much power, nobody. Because if you are that attached to this person, every single thing they do will affect you. Every single action that they take, you're going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe he did that. And then it will change your whole life for better or for worse. And that is not good because, again, that means you're not in you. You have to understand what you like, what you accept, who you are. You need to have friends. You need to have a hobby. You have to have your own interest at heart. Your own interest at heart, not the interest of, I want to fulfill this need of having someone and then I'm going to be willing to do anything, whatever it takes. No. You need to respect yourself. You need to start respecting yourself. You have to be so much in yourself, and I say that from the bottom of my heart. I say that from the bottom of my heart. You need to be so much in yourself that you will just never leave yourself. There's no abandonment from you to you. You will always be there no matter what. If you're all alone on planet Earth, you still have you. You have the confidence that it doesn't matter what comes your way, you are going to deal with it and you are going to be okay. That's what I feel, because when I immigrated, I had to have that in my heart, right? No matter what happens, I got myself. Your life has to be bigger than being attached to somebody. Your goals, your hobbies, who you are, finding yourself. Go on a date with yourself. Yesterday, I went to the library because I wanted to spend some time with my own brain. I wanted to study about my own brain. What if something changed about how I feel? I spend time with me, so I know what I like, I know what affects me, and I know what doesn't affect me. And if something affects me, I know exactly how to deal with it. I got me. I can go into the washroom and cry by myself. I can write about it. I can just watch a YouTube video of someone saying something that's going to make me feel better. So I know how to deal with my own emotions. I don't need to go to somebody else directly for something that I can give myself. And if you're worried about someone texting you or spending time with you, that means you have too much time. I'm sorry to say it like that, but it's true. If you're spending a lot of time with like, oh my God, is this person ever gonna text me? You have too much time. That is too much free time. Go do something useful because your life is the only thing that you have and time goes by like this. You remember when you were 15 years old, if you look back, you're like, oh my God, that was, I don't know, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. And now I'm here. Where did that go? It goes by very fast. And when we're very young, we don't understand that concept, but it's true. So you can't waste your time with, oh my God, is he gonna text me? You need a better life. You need to build a better life for yourself. Because if you have a good life, there's no space for attachment because all of that attachment energy is within you. You are attached to your plans, to how you think, to how you look, to what you want from life. If you trust that you don't have to be attached to anything for it to come to you, that's when everything, all of the blessings are going to start coming to you. If you're like, this person left me and I'm so attached to them, you're attached to an idea. If that person was meant to be in your life, they would be in your life. Let go. Let go. How do I let go? Distract yourself. When you catch yourself thinking, oh, I missed that person so much, think of something else. Yes, it is that simple. It is that simple. I'm telling you, I know exactly how the brain works. It is that simple. You start thinking of something else. What am I going to eat today? Have I done my meal prep? Have I washed my hair? Do I smell good? Have I brushed my teeth properly today? Simple things. Just think about you. Just get your energy from, oh my God, is he going to ever come back? Is he going to text me? To how am I doing? How am I feeling? What do I need? How do I want to spend this weekend? I'm going to plan something. I'm going to go on a drive. I'm going to go on a walk. I'm going to listen to this different podcast. I'm going to watch old movies. I'm going to reread some books that I read 10 years ago and see what I think about them. There's so much to be done in this life. Oh, I'm going to learn a new way to do my nails. You know, anything is better than you wasting your precious time, your precious little life with things that make no sense. And when I say little life, I mean little time because it is very little time. Everything goes by so fast. You see the moms talking about their children of like, oh my God, it went by so fast. Why? Because it's true. So why are you wasting your precious life, your precious time with thinking about John, I don't know who? It makes no sense. You need to get a life. You need to get a life. You need to have hobbies. You need to have goals. Go out, write, do something, start a new business. Every single time I ended a relationship or someone ended it with me, I just created something because I didn't want to think about the pain. And honestly, when I processed my feelings thinking about the breakup for a long time, after I was like, I can't believe I spent so much time doing this. I could have been so much more productive. Yeah, if you need to cry, you cry, but then you move on. You cry and move on. You don't cry and stay there all day long thinking about all of the things you could have been, you could have done, and why that person doesn't want you. That won't take you anywhere. If you master detachment, believe me, if you master detachment, you are going to change your life. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. Mwah. Bye.